All right, this is going to be the final video that I make. This is going to be how you're going to print this out, and we need to set up one more layer as well, and I'll show you why that is. Right now, if you look at all of our text is on the object layer. The issue with that is our text is set up to be thicker, so your text will become out really bold and sometimes even hard to read if we keep it on the object layer. So we're going to make a new layer for text, okay? So we're going to go up here and go to Layer Properties, and we're going to wait for this to open. We're going to go ahead and base it off of the object layer because we want everything to be the same, except we're going to get rid of this 0.7. So I select the object layer and then I click on new layer. I'm going to call it text. Okay, so you can see it copied every single thing off of the object layer. Again, the only thing I want to change is this thickness of the line. I'll change that from 0.7 back to default and click OK. Okay, so our text is going to be black or white, depending if you have a black background, and everything else, make sure it's set to print. Again, make sure that your construction layer is set not to print. Same with your zero layer, so when it prints out correctly. Okay, so that's all we need to do is make the text layer. Once you have the text layer made, what you need to do is you need to go around to all of your text, and you need to change it from the object layer. You can see when I select all of mine, it's on the object layer. Now when I change it to the text layer, everything is on the text layer. If you're not sure, go ahead and go here, click on the light bulb next to the text layer, and you'll notice all the text goes away. Okay? Same thing with the dimensions. All of my dimensions go away. If I do that with the object layer, it says, it's just telling you that this is the current layer. Are you sure you want to turn it off? And you can see all of my object lines go away. To get it to come back on, just click back on the light bulb and you're good to go. Okay, so add the text layer before you do anything else. Other than that, make sure your name is on it, make sure your period is on it, make sure you tell me which ones you drew and what set they're from. So I did wedge set 1, guide set 1, bracket from set 2, and guide from set 2. Okay, every single one of these here I scaled down in 1 to 2. So that's how yours should be, and then all of the multi-views, the front view, the right view, and the top view on every single one of these are in 1 to 1 scale. Okay, so you can see a lot of these. The first two I did a lot of dimensions. Here on set 2, the only dimensions I want to see are the total width, the total depth, and the total height. So you can see I don't have that here, so I'm going to go ahead and add that. So I'm going to go ahead and go to my dimension layer, and I'll go ahead and dimension from here to here. There's my total width. I'll do my total height from here to here, something like that, and I'll do my total depth. And I'll go from here to here, something like that. So now you can see I've got my total height, my total width, my total depth. We'll talk about how to properly dimension. For right now, really all I want to see are total height, width, and depth for set 2. For set 1, you can use some other ones as well. If you wanted to add some more dimensions, you most certainly could. Okay? When you're done, double-click the wheel. Again, I'm going to be looking for the text. I'm going to be looking for your name and period, and I'm going to be looking for the proper drawings. All right? In order to print, here's what you do. You go to this is called the application button. You'll hear me say file. It's really called the application button. So you click on that. You're going to go to print. And there's a lot of settings on printing, so you got to be careful here. First and foremost, make sure you choose the right printer. We're going to use the MVHS 822-6600DN. That's the laser printer over by the 3D printers. Okay, it will allow you to change paper size only for the what that printer can do. So this printer can't do very much. 8.5 by 11 is really what we're going to deal with. Okay, so leave that. What to plot? You always want to go extents. Okay, what extents mean? Here's what extents mean. If I'm zoomed out and I double-click the wheel, it just zoomed extents. That's called zoom extents right there. Okay, so here we go. Back to print. Back to my settings. By the way, I would normally do this before you do anything. The reason why I would do this, the zoom extents, let's say you had like a little tiny line over here and you didn't know that that was there because you're over here. When I double click the wheel, you'll notice, something is wrong here. There must be something else on my screen. Oh, look at this guy right here. Let me delete that. And now I double click my wheel and everything's good to go. So I always do that first. Okay, so here we go. File, print. Change it to the proper printer, which is the 6600. Okay, so proper printer, 6600. Change this to extents. I always want to center the plot, especially in this case. Okay, it would be nice if we could use unchecked fit to paper and make this like 1-to-1 scale. The problem is with these things being in 1-to-1 scale, this is never going to fit. I mean, this is 2.5 inches. It would never fit. So I hit escape, and 1-to-1 scale is just not going to work. So I'm going to check fit to paper, and you can see the scale it puts it in to make it fit on the paper is 1 to about 2.5, 1 to 2.51. So it's scaling it down to make it fit on an 8.5 by 11 inch piece of paper. That's what it's doing right there. Okay. Other than that, we're going to leave it alone. I'm not going to do anything else. I could turn this onto something called monochrome, which basically means that it would only be black and white. So you can change some of these things up. Monochrome's right here, and that would print it out only in black and white. We don't need to do that. I actually want to see the blue and the green and the red from the center lines, hidden lines, and the dimension. And that's going to tell me a lot on whether you have your layers correct. Okay. Last but not least, make sure you preview it. Okay, make sure you preview it. For example, you'll notice that here my construction lines are not showing up. If you put your miter lines on the wrong layer and those show up, you need to fix that. Okay, so this is what mine is going to end up looking like. If I like it, I just hit escape one time, and I'll go ahead and hit OK, and it will print out. If I don't like it, I hit escape again, I fix what I need to fix, and I go through and I do this again. Okay, so 6600, paper size 8.5 by 11, extents, center the plot, fit to paper, and then always check preview. Like I said, this is what it's going to print out looking like. So I'm going to go ahead and hit enter, and I'll click OK, and mine will print out, and I'm going to cut this into 4 sections and tape this in my notebook as 2.4. All right, so that is the final video. Good luck, and we'll see you soon.